Hi, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to darn a hole, which is basically fixing any little hole that you might have in a t-shirt or jumper, and the only things that you're going to need are a small pair of scissors and a thread that matches the colour of your garment and a small needle. I'm going to show you now some examples of the kind of hole that we can fix with this technique. Once you've got the hang of it, it's a really relaxing task that you can do just sat in front of the telly. It's quite a repetitive process, and once you've done one, you'll be able to transfer it onto loads of different garments.
This is quite a common place that a t-shirt will wear that this process will work well for. They're great on any kind of jersey type fabrics, be that sweatshirts, joggers, t-shirts, and also on any moth holes like this. The first thing to do is to match your thread colour to the garment itself so that this will be an invisible fix. I'll cut about an arm's length of thread and then thread my needle and then tie a triple knot, so 3 knots on top of each other on the end of a single end of the thread. Once that's done, you want to pick up your garment with one hand and then thread the needle from the back to the front of the garment so that the knot is on the back and it's going to hold that thread in place. You want to come up about 2 millimeters from the edge of the hole and then run your needle in and out of single threads of the t-shirt. So you're literally picking up 1 or 2 threads every single time, going in and out, and I'm still slightly away from the hole here, so I'm starting off the edge of the hole, and these are stitches that you want to continue in both directions. So here I've turned the t-shirt 180 degrees around and I've continued back in the other direction, picking up single threads going in and out with my needle. I'll now continue this going back and forth, leading up all the way to the edge of the hole, and by the time you get to the hole, you're going to jump the hole with the thread. So you're picking up threads either side of the hole, making a jump across with your needle, and then picking up threads the other side of the hole. So you're going to slowly close up the hole as you go along, like I'm doing here. Be careful not to over tighten your thread by pulling your needle too hard, because you'll end up with a kind of bunched up finish. So every time you pull your needle through, just use your fingers to reshape the fabric so it sits nice and flat. As the hole gets smaller and smaller, it does get slightly trickier to pick up just single thread. So just take your time and make sure that you're only picking up a teeny tiny amount so that you're going to have a really nice clean finish. So now I've completely filled up the hole in this direction, and what I'm going to do is now work in a perpendicular direction to this. So say I've done all of those lines horizontally, I'm now going to move vertically and do exactly the same thing, but at 90 degrees to what I was doing before. This is going to make sure that your garment sits nice and flush once the fix is finished. And you can use your fingers just to manipulate the fabric at this point to make sure it's sitting nice and flat and nothing is puckering. I've now finished in this direction as well, so I'm going to push the needle and thread through to the back of the garment so that my finish is going to be on the back so you can't see it. I'll do 3 teeny tiny stitches on top of each other and then make a final knot at the end and cut my threads, and this is what it looks like when it's done. And you can now darn a hole on any garment with a hole in it.